Before you drift asleep, let us know in the comments where you're watching from and at what time. Don't forget to subscribe for more scary stories. A skinwalker is a creature from Navajo folklore, often described as a demonic witch or shaman, with the supernatural ability to transform into animals or take on human forms. Associated with dark magic, skinwalkers are feared for their evil intentions and their power to harm or manipulate others. Is that it? Is that what a skinwalker is? Or is there more to it? Tonight we'll dissect the myth, the science, and the chilling government conspiracies and testimonies that blur the line between legend and reality. So make sure to watch till the end. You won't want to miss a single detail. Imagine this. You're out in the wilderness, alone, under the cold light of the full moon. You hear a voice calling your name. It's familiar, soothing, like the voice of a loved one. But something feels wrong. You turn around and see nothing, just the shadows of the trees swaying. But then, the voice calls again. Closer this time. This is not your imagination. This is a skinwalker. But what exactly are skinwalkers? Are they real? And why do their tales send chills down the spine of anyone who dares to listen? Today, we're unraveling the truth behind one of the most terrifying and mysterious figures in Native American folklore. Buckle up, because you might never look at the darkness the same way again. The skinwalker, the name evokes the image of a creature capable of both human and animal forms, shifting effortlessly between them as it walks on four limbs, like a wolf or coyote, but also capable of standing upright like a human. The Navajo belief system views the skinwalker as a shapeshifter, but not a mere changeling or shapeshifter for benign purposes. These beings are powerful witches, often described as malevolent individuals who wield their power for dark and horrible purposes. In Navajo culture, the concept of balance and harmony is fundamental. It represents beauty, peace, and order within the world and the universe. However, the skinwalker is the opposite of that, symbolizing chaos, disruption, and the breaking of sacred taboos. The origin of the skinwalker lies in the violation of this natural balance, often through acts so heinous that they forever alter the individual's spirit. The Navajo people, also known as the Dine, are one of the largest and most prominent Native American tribes, whose history stretches back thousands of years. Their traditional land span parts of Arizona, New Mexico, and Utah, and they have a rich spiritual and cultural heritage. Central to their belief system is the concept of the holy people, or Dien Dini, supernatural beings who embody the forces of nature, the stars, and the cosmos. These beings guide and protect the Navajo people, ensuring the world remains in harmony. However, the skinwalker is not one of the holy people. It is a corrupted being, someone who has turned their back on the guidance of the holy people to use forbidden power for personal gain. Skinwalkers are considered to be witches who engage in the practice of witchcraft and other forms of dark magic. Some believe that skinwalkers were once ordinary people, Navajo men or women, who, after committing a terrible crime, were cursed to walk the earth as these dark entities. In order to become a skinwalker, one must commit an unspeakable act, often the murder or betrayal of a close family member. This act is said to tear the individual's soul apart, allowing them to access the power to transform into animals, steal life force, and manipulate the environment around them. The curse of the Skinwalker is so powerful that it is said to be passed on to others if the original Skinwalker trains a successor. This creates a vicious cycle of witchcraft that plagues the Navajo community. The origins of the Skinwalker myth are complex and intertwined with Navajo society's moral and spiritual values. The myth is not simply a tale meant to scare children or travelers. It carries deeper meanings about the consequences of breaking sacred laws and turning away from spiritual guidance. At the core of the Skinwalker legend is the idea of taboo, a violation of the highest order. In Navajo culture, certain acts were seen as unforgivable, and the idea of becoming a Skinwalker was closely tied to breaking the ultimate taboo. It is believed that the Skinwalker's transformation into a predatory creature, a wolf or coyote, was a manifestation of their inner darkness and evil. These animals were chosen because they were considered dangerous and symbolic of cunning and stealth. Wolves, for example, were viewed as powerful and mysterious creatures, an ideal metaphor for the transformation from human to beast, from good to evil. The Skinwalker Ranch is perhaps the most well-known and infamous location tied to the legend of the Skinwalker, and it has become the epicenter of many modern myths, particularly regarding paranormal activity. Located in the Uinta Basin of northeastern Utah, the ranch spans over 500 acres of barren, remote land. The land itself has long been regarded as spiritually significant by local Native American tribes, particularly the Navajo. For centuries, the area was considered cursed, associated with dark forces and the supernatural. The ranch sits on an ancient landscape of deep ravines, sparse vegetation, and high desert terrain, a place where the veil between worlds is said to be particularly thin. The history of Skinwalker Ranch traces back to the early 1990s when a couple, the Shermans, purchased the property. The couple and their family quickly began experiencing bizarre phenomena, ranging from strange lights in the sky to cattle mutilations. But it was the events that followed that brought the ranch to national attention. UFO sightings and cattle mutilations. Over the course of the next few years, the Shermans would report seeing large, disc-shaped UFOs hovering over the property, often at night. These craft would be seen darting through the sky, sometimes disappearing into the distance at impossible speeds. As one might expect, the presence of UFOs was already unsettling, but it was the other events on the ranch that raised alarm. Perhaps the most disturbing reports were of cattle mutilations. Livestock were found with organs missing, seemingly surgically removed without leaving any blood behind. Some were found with their bones stripped of flesh, their bodies drained of all fluids, and strange, unexplainable burns or wounds on their carcasses. The level of precision and horror involved in these incidents suggested that something far beyond ordinary predators was at work. Strange creatures and shape-shifting phenomena. One of the most chilling aspects of the Skinwalker Ranch is the claim of witnesses seeing unusual creatures, often resembling animals but behaving in highly unnatural ways. The most commonly reported of these creatures were large wolf-like beings with glowing red eyes and even humanoid figures that moved with a jerky, unnatural gait, as if they were not truly flesh and blood, but something much darker. One infamous story involves a large wolf-like creature that appeared in the ranch's vicinity. The Shermans witnessed the creature approaching their property, and when one of them fired at it with a high-caliber rifle, the creature allegedly did not show any signs of injury. Instead, it simply ran off into the darkness, disappearing into the night. Many believe that the creatures witnessed on the ranch are not ordinary animals, but skinwalkers drawn to the land by its spiritual significance. The land around Skinwalker Ranch is considered to be spiritually charged, a place where the boundaries between realms, be it physical, spiritual, or even extraterrestrial, become blurred. The idea that skinwalkers are capable of not only taking on the forms of animals, but also engaging with extraterrestrial forces suggests that the ranch is a nexus for dark energy, possibly even a portal between worlds. The role of government and military interests. The ranch has attracted the attention of more than just paranormal researchers. In the late 1990s, the National Institute for Discovery Science, NIDS, a private scientific research organization, began investigating the strange phenomena at the ranch. The involvement of serious scientists, including physicists and researchers from various scientific fields, lent an air of credibility to the investigation. NIDS collected data on electromagnetic anomalies, biological effects on animals, and sightings of unknown creatures. However, the research quickly took a mysterious turn when it was revealed that military personnel were also involved. Several sources claim that the U.S. government had been monitoring the ranch, perhaps as part of its broader interest in the paranormal. The connection between military involvement and the ranch sparked conspiracy theories. Was the government investigating the supernatural, or was there something more sinister at play? Government involvement and high-ranking officials' testimonies. Most people have heard whispers of Skinwalker Ranch as a hotspot for paranormal activity, UFO sightings, and bizarre phenomena. But what if I told you that the rabbit hole goes deeper than ghost stories and local legends? Beneath the surface lies a web of government programs, high-ranking testimonies, and scientific studies, all pointing to something truly extraordinary happening at this mysterious Utah property. Now, let's explore the evidence that not only redefines our understanding of Skinwalker Ranch, but also pushes the boundaries of science and reality itself. These revelations, largely hidden from public view, might just shed new light on the age-old question, do skinwalkers, UFOs, and other phenomena actually exist? From leaked Pentagon documents detailing studies into exotic propulsion systems to first-hand accounts from top officials like Senator Reid, these insights will challenge your perceptions and demand your curiosity. The facts that may bridge the gap between myth and science. The Pentagon has been linked to investigations into UFOs and other unexplained phenomena through programs such as the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, AATIP, and its predecessor, the Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Applications Program. These programs, funded with at least $22 million, explored various exotic topics, including unidentified aerial phenomena, UAP, interdimensional theories, and the potential effects of UFO encounters on biological organisms. Some of the information from these programs was revealed in documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. For example, research under these initiatives included titles such as traversable wormholes, stargates, and negative energy, and studies of UAP-related physical and biological effects. The infamous Skinwalker Ranch in Utah was reportedly included as a possible laboratory for studying these otherworldly phenomena. Documents related to these investigations have been published by various sources, including Vice and the Black Vault. You can explore some of these resources directly to delve deeper into the Pentagon's involvement with these studies. These reports have fueled ongoing debates about the transparency and implications of such studies. leaving much of the public and scientific community to question the conclusions and intentions behind these government-funded programs. Some conspiracy theories propose that Skinwalker Ranch may host a portal to another dimension or a hotspot for extraterrestrial activity. The government's alleged interest in the site is seen as an attempt to harness or study this phenomenon for military or technological gain. Another theory posits that some of the strange animal mutilations, unusual environmental effects, and bizarre sightings could be the result of secretive biological or weapons experiments conducted by the government. Supporters of this theory argue that the ranch's remoteness makes it an ideal testing ground for classified projects. Some skeptics argue that the government may be using sites like Skinwalker Ranch for experiments in psychological warfare or mass manipulation. By planting or amplifying stories about paranormal activity, they might gauge public reactions or distract from other activities. Several high-ranking officials and credible individuals have spoken about phenomena linked to Skinwalker Ranch or broader UFO issues. Here are some notable testimonies and pieces of evidence that tie into these topics. 1. Harry Reid, former U.S. Senate Majority Leader. Harry Reid played a pivotal role in securing funding for the Pentagon's AATIP program, which examined unidentified aerial phenomena, UAPs. He confirmed that part of this investigation included research at the Skinwalker Ranch. Reid publicly stated there's more to this than people understand, hinting at the depth of unexplained phenomena tied to places like the Skinwalker Ranch. He expressed concerns that these phenomena could pose national security risks. 2. Dr. Hal Puthoff, Physicist and Contractor for AATIP. Hal Puthoff, a physicist and contractor for the AATIP program, has spoken about high strangeness events linked to Skinwalker Ranch. He worked with Bigelow Aerospace to analyze materials and evidence collected from the site. Puthoff described the ranch as an epicenter for bizarre phenomena, including sightings of craft with advanced propulsion systems and inexplicable environmental effects. 3. Luis Elizondo, former head of AATIP. As the former director of AATIP, Elizondo has repeatedly stated that the U.S. government took these phenomena seriously. While Skinwalker Ranch wasn't his primary focus, the program he led analyzed reports tied to the ranch and similar hotspots. Elizondo revealed that objects observed in relation to AATIP investigations exhibited flight capabilities beyond known human technology, a claim supported by documented encounters involving military pilots and radar data. 4. Robert Bigelow, aerospace entrepreneur. Bigelow owned the ranch from 1996 to 2016 and conducted extensive research through his organization, NIDS, National Institute for Discovery Science. Bigelow has publicly confirmed that his team encountered phenomena they couldn't explain, ranging from sightings of unidentified craft to poltergeist-like activity. He stated, "The phenomena is real and incredibly strange, with no clear answers." Under Bigelow's leadership, Skinwalker Ranch became a focal point for government research funded by the Defense Intelligence Agency. 5. Eric Davis, astrophysicist and consultant. Davis, a consultant for AATIP and NIDS, has openly discussed his belief that the phenomena at Skinwalker Ranch involve non-human intelligence. He mentioned incidents like portals and physical anomalies that defied explanation. Davis also contributed to the infamous Wilson Memo, which allegedly detailed government knowledge of UFO reverse engineering programs. While not directly about Skinwalker Ranch, this connects to the broader narrative of unexplained technology. As we reach the end of this journey into the unknown, one question still lingers. Do skinwalkers truly exist? Whether seen as ancient shape-shifting entities from Navajo legend or as metaphors for unexplained phenomena, skinwalkers capture our collective imagination. The strange events at Skinwalker Ranch add layers of complexity to these age-old stories, suggesting a possible connection between folklore and the paranormal. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you believe in the legends, or are they just tales from the past? Drop your theories in the comments below, and if you're intrigued by mysteries like this, don't forget to subscribe. Together, we'll continue exploring the enigmatic corners of our world and beyond.